college basketball season on the Palouse has arrived, and for the Washington State University women, they're going to try and make it to a third consecutive NCAA tournament. Hi again, everybody. Steve Grubbs with you, welcoming you inside Beasley Coliseum as the Washington State University Cougar women, ranked in the preseason top 25, they get ready to open up their campaign tonight against Cal Poly. A week ago Sunday, Washington State got their exhibition game under their belt, and it was a win over Montana Western, where we saw some new faces for the Cougars. Ellie Villa and also Jenna Villa, a couple of the freshmen. Ellie showing she can hit from outside. Jenna getting it done on the defensive side of things. And how about the transfer from the University of Idaho, Beyond Speed? She's going to be able to get it done both offensively and defensively for the Cougars this season. But some familiar faces returning as well for Washington State. That does include Tara Wallach, who had a big game in the exhibition victory, and also inside for Washington State, once again returning as Bella Murakatete. The Cougars rolled to a 92-51 victory over Montana Western, and oh yeah, Charlize Ledger-Walker, she's back. She led the way with 17 points, 6 rebounds, and 7 assists. Meanwhile, how about 5 Cougars in double digits in the victory? Tonight, the Cougars open up their season against Cal Poly. A better-than-advertised team from a year ago ended up with 7 wins. That more than tripled their win total from 2021, and Cal Poly trying to turn the corner and take an even bigger step here in 2023. It's Cal Poly and Washington State from Beasley to open up the season. Starting lineups in the tip next on Pac-12+.
And oh yes, a team to be mentioned, not only of getting into the NCAA tournament, but things like the top 25, which is where the Cougars are as we open up a brand new season. Cougars will be in their home white uniforms, the crimson numerals and lettering. Again, your starting 5, Charlize Ledger-Walker, Bella Murakatete, Beyond Speed, the transfer, Tara Wallach in there, Estera Tihina back in now a starting point guard for this Washington State University team. And also rounding out the starting 5 for Washington State is, again, as we mentioned, Estera Tihina. Meanwhile, for Cal Poly, they will be in their road green uniforms, the white numerals, and the gold trim. All right, Michael Price, our referee for tonight's game. He's got the ball. He's at midcourt. The Cougars are making their way out of the huddle. Cal Poly will send Natalia Ackerman, a 6'1" senior out of Watsonville, California, inside the circle. Meanwhile, Bella Murakatete, who's got a couple inches on her, she will jump it up for Washington State, the 5th-year player out of Rwanda. And so we will see if the Cougars indeed get the opening possession, as Bella likes to and usually does win the opening tip. All right, ball in the air. The Cougars win the opening tip here in the opening half. As I see things radio side-wise, it's left to right on your radio dial. And for Cal Poly, they'll attack right to left. Charlize Ledger-Walker to Beyond Speed. They get it inside to Bella Murakatete. She hits a slicing Tara Wallach, and 15 seconds in, we've got our first foul of the contest. It's going to be whistled against Annika Shaw. She's going to pick up her first, and we'll send Tara Wallach to the free throw line to shoot 2. Again, the Cougars with the height advantage. You know that they're going to want to attack the paint. That's going to be something that they will probably do for 40 minutes here this afternoon. As the first free throw up, and that one good from Tara. Again, 9.5 points a game a year ago. Good free throw shooter at 67% on the season. Second free throw up, and that one's good as well. So Tara Wallach, a couple of free throws, and the Cougars have gotten the first 2 points 15 seconds in. Now Cal Poly with their first offensive possession. Out at the top of the key, it's going to be Borland. She gives it to the high post to Ackerman. And now back out to the top of the key, it goes to Annika Shaw. Starts to drive in, little 16-foot floater up and good for Annika Shaw, and she has evened this game up at 2 apiece. So each team converting on their first offensive possession, and now Tihina brings it back across for the Cougars. Gets a screen over to the right-hand side, up top to Beyond Speed. Over it goes to Wallach. She'll drive into the lane, kicks it off to Bella Murakatete on the baseline. Kicks out to Charlize Ledger-Walker between a couple defenders. Ball jarred loose. Cougars will turn it over, and Cal Poly will pick up the loose ball. Cal Poly will bring it up court with Sydney Richards with the control before she gives off to Lichty. Now out to the top of the key and over to the right-hand side to Shaw. Shaw bounces it to the high post to Ackerman. Out beyond the three-point line, surveying options. Cougars are matched up player to player here. with the ball at the free throw line. It's going to be Borland giving it back out to the three-point line as the shot clock down to 3 now. Now it's down to 2, down to 1, trying to get one off in time, but unable to do so is going to be Sydney Borland. So that'll be a 30-second shot clock violation. So each team, after converting on their opening possession, will ultimately have a turnover on their second possession. So 2-2, 90 seconds in. Again, just getting the 23-24 season underway. Murakatete over to Wallach at the left wing. Gets a screen from Beyonce B. Out high it goes to Estera Tahina. Tahina, one bounce of the ball, the handoff to Charlize Ledger-Walker. Now to Beyonce. She's got it, right elbow, looking for a cutting Tara Walk. She's got it, puts up a shot, won't go. But another foul whistled against the Mustangs. Foul will be called on Natalia Ackerman. That'll be her first. That'll be the second against Cal Poly here in the opening quarter. And once again, back to the free throw line, it's going to be Tara Wallach. Wallach has the 2 points for the Cougars, as she made a couple of free throws earlier. Now makes her third consecutive free throw. Wallach now a junior out of South Surrey, Canada. Ready for her fourth free throw of the day and has been perfect on all 4 so far, and it's 4-2 Washington State. Just shy of 2 minutes into this one. It's the Cougs by a couple as Cal Poly back with it in forecourt. Borland out in front of us at the left wing, sends it out to the top of the key to Shaw. She goes around the screen, looking for a player on the screen to roll. Then as they try and pass it into her, Bella got a hand on it. Ball's now loose in the paint. It's going to be a jump ball. And after the Cougars won the opening tip, it will be Cal Poly's possession on the alternating possession arrow. 7:55 left to play in the first. 12 left to go on the shot clock as Cal Poly will inbound. It'll come into Richards. She's got it near corner. Goes baseline, gives it inside. That shot high off the glass, no good. Never hit the iron. And then on a second attempt from Ackerman, a foul whistled. And that'll go against Bella Murakatete. So she'll pick up her first, and it will send Natalia Ackerman to the free throw line. 6'1" senior out of Watsonville, California. Ackerman last year for the Mustangs averaged just under 6 points per game. Was right at 50% from the free throw line, 21 out of 42. Makes her first one of the evening, so it's 4-3 Washington State. And now the second free throw out of the 6'1" senior. That one's up and good, so she makes both free throws, and we're tied for a second time, this time at 4 apiece. Just over 2 minutes into the first quarter of the opening game of the season. Estera Tahina gets a rolling Bella Murakatete who gets a layup. Good little ball movement, and Bella ended up wide open to scoop it up and in for her first 2 points of the year. And Washington State back on top, 6-4, 2.5 in. Shot the left wing, goes out to the top of the key to Borland. Borland angles over to the right, looks that way, now goes inside to Ackerman, backing up on Murakatete, tries a crossover move. That one rolls up and in off the back heel of the rim, and Natalia Ackerman for the 6 points for Cal Poly, and we're even at 6 apiece. Now the other way, Beyonce B, a nice move in the paint, and she muscles it up and in. So B, who had so many points scored in her University of Idaho career, now has her first 2 Cougar points, and it's 8-6 Washington State. 6:50 and counting left to play opening period. It's Richards over to the right side to Borland, now over into the corner. They bring it inside again to Ackerman, working against Murakatete, and back out it will come to the top of the key. And with it there is going to be Cal Poly finding Ackerman on a cut to the hoop and putting it up and in is Natalia Ackerman. She's got 6 of the 8 for Cal Poly, and every time the Cougars have scored, the Mustangs have had an answer, and it's 8 aside. Now kick out to Wallach. Tahina wide open for 3. That one good. Nothing but the bottom of the net for Estera Tahina as AT becomes the 4th Cougar to score. And surprisingly enough, is Charlize Ledger-Walker, the lone Cougar scorer who's not gotten into the column. And with 6 and change left to play, it's 11-8 Washington State. Driving in, now bouncing it back out. 3 ball from Cal Poly to try and answer, and they do. Sierra Lichty with a 3, and we're all even at 11 apiece. So 11 points aside with 5 3/4 minutes left to play in the opening frame. B will hand off to Tahina, gives it inside to Murakatete. tries to skip it out, but intercepting that pass is going to be Sydney Richards. Richards in the front court, passes it left wing, gives it into the corner. 3 ball there. No, it's a deep 2, and that one is good from Sydney Richards. So Cal Poly, their first lead of the afternoon. It's 13-11 in favor of the Mustangs. 5:20 and counting left to play opening quarter. Tehina to Wallach, now to the high post to Murikatete. Tehina has it back again. Gives it to Bella, into the lane, puts up a shot, off the iron, no good. B with the rebound. They're going to call a rebounding foul. They're going to go the other way with it, really. All right, so they'll call the foul on Beyonce. That's going to be her first. Meanwhile, that'll be the second against Washington State. I guess the only thing that's a little surprising with that one is, again, what came as what looked to be a little bit of a late whistle there from Michael Price. And with it, it's going to be, again, Cal Poly with it. Now comes back out to the top of the key. Over to the right-hand side. Richards drives into the paint, puts up an acrobatic 12-footer, and that one good from Sydney Richards. So Cal Poly has started off on a good shooting start, and they've now scored 7 in a row and lead at 15-11. Meanwhile, Villa has checked in, and they try and feed it inside to Charlize Ledger-Walker, and a foul whistled on Cal Poly. That's going to go on Sydney Richards, her first personal. All right, media timeout from Pullman. 4:37 left to play opening period. Cal Poly off to a tremendous start in this one, and they lead Washington State by a count of 15-11. We'll come back with more from Beasley as we're getting the season underway. This is Cougar Women's Basketball from Learfield. Cougs do have 3 turnovers here in the first 5.5 minutes. Well, Cal Poly has only turned it over 1 time, and Cal Poly 4-2 in points off of turnovers. As we get the play underway once again, Cougars will inbound underneath their own basket. Tehina's got it, out to the top of the key, it goes to Villa. She's gonna drive in, shot put up, that one blocked away, and Cal Poly comes with it. So this is Ella Villa who had it. By the way, both Ella and Jenna Villa, not related in the game. A couple of youngsters for the Cougars now playing. Over on the right-hand side with it is gonna be McNicholas. Now he's out to the top of the key. Around the screen is going to go Shaw before kicking it out to the right wing at the 3-point line. Dribbling it there is going to be Richards. Now they rotate it over to the left wing. Needing to put up a 3 as the shot clock expires, but it's off the front of the rim. Is going to be McNicholas, and the rebound comes down to Washington State. Charlize Ledger-Walker the other way. Skips it into the corner. 3 ball for Washington State. And how about the youngster, the freshman from Arlington, Washington? That's Jenna Villa with a triple, and the Cougars are back within 1 as they hit their second 3 of the afternoon. And it's now 15-14 Cal Poly. 3.5 left to play opening quarter. Trying to bounce it inside. They're going to call a whistle on a hold against the Cougars inside. Going to call it on Jenna Villa. Post player was coming up, and Jenna had the hand around the waist, and they will be nicking her for the foul. So the ball will be inbound on the baseline, and it will come. Comes into a substitution who just checked in for Cal Poly. That's Olinger, one of their taller players, battling up against Beyonce B right now. Meanwhile, shot clock down to 9 for Cal Poly. Kick out, McNicholas for a 3. That's going to go high off the back of the rim, no good, and Beyonce B comes away with the rebound. Chance for the Cougars to re-grab the lead. Charlize Walker into the corner. Now comes to Tehina for 3. Yeah! Nostera Tehina with the 3. Second triple of the game for her. And the Cougars are back on top. That's our second lead change after we've been tied 5 times. And 6 in a row for Washington State. Nostera's got a half a dozen. 2 3/4 minutes left to play in the first. Olinger backing up on B, puts it up with the left hand, and that one will roll around and in for Olinger. So she's got her first 2. Cal Poly regains now in even terms with Washington State at 17-0. Tehina over to the right wing. Now it goes to Charlize Ledger-Walker. She's got it to Ella Villa. Ella at the left elbow, back to Charlize. 3 ball on the way, that's gonna rim off, no good. Rebound to Cal Poly. They want to push. Up court they'll come. McNicholas to a deep three on the way in. That one is going to be good from about 23 feet away from Mary Carter. Spotted up the three and took it. And so with that, it is going to be Cal Poly back on top. So 6 ties and a couple lead changes early in this opening quarter. Under 2 minutes to play, and it's 20-17. Ella Villa for 3 the other way off the side of the rim. Rebound down, fought for. Charlize Ledger-Walker outduels the Mustang for the ball. The Cougars will keep possession. Jenna Villa to Charlize Ledger-Walker, right back to Jenna. She's going to drive in, now picks up the dribble, gives it in the corner to B, back to Jenna Villa. Down to the baseline, gives it to Charlize Ledger-Walker with 3 left to shoot. Hanger from 14 off the iron, no good. Rebound this time down to Mary Carter. Carter's going to bring it across the timeline with 1:20 and counting left to play opening period. Hands it off right-hand side to Shaw. McNicholas brings it to the left-hand side. Shot up, won't go. Rebound fought for. Cal Poly muscles away with it, now to the top of the key. And they will recycle with Richards having it between the circles. Calls the play and passes it off to McNicholas. Now over to the right wing. Richards with the dribble. Sends it back out for another deep three from Carter, and she connects again. Mary Carter with her second triple, and it's been really hot shooting for Cal Poly early on. They're 9 out of 13, and they've taken a 23-17 lead. Meanwhile, the inbounds pass, it goes in towards Beyonce, and there's going to be a foul whistled against Cal Poly. So the Cal Poly foul will let the Cougars inbound on the baseline with 38.3 seconds remaining. That foul was whistled on Ollinger, her first. Inbounds pass to Bella. She's going to attack, goes right inside and puts it up. That one hangs on the rim and falls off, and the rebound to the Mustangs. Just about 2.5 seconds between shot clock and the opening quarter, so we'll see if Cal Poly milks it down and plays for one. Meanwhile, driving in, not electing to do that is Cal Poly. They'll put up the shot, no good, and the Cougars will have the rebound, and they will get an opportunity to try and get one more possession here. Down to 10 seconds, and Tahina has it out high on the right. Into the lane, the kick out. 3-ball from Ella Villa off the back of the rim, no good. We've got a foul whistled away from the ball, and who's it going to go against? They're going to call that foul on Cal Poly's Ollinger, and the Cougars are going to get a couple of free throws out of this. So Ollinger apparently holding on to Bella Muricatete, not letting her go after the ball, and so that'll put the Cougars into the bonus, and Bella will head to the free throw line to shoot a couple. So 2 free throws for Bella as she gets ready for her first free throws of the season. First one on the way is off the mark, no good. Average just about 14 points per game a year ago for the Cougars. Upped her free throws, shooting to 73% a year ago. Second free throws, short, no good, so she misses them both. And now Cal Poly with a shot that Bella swats away at the end of the opening quarter. Well, Cal Poly, thanks to some really good shooting in the opening 10 minutes, 9 out of 14, they've got an early lead. 5 assists, 1 turnover for Cal Poly, making 4 assists, 3 turnovers for Washington State. So again, the Cougs right now with possession of the basketball as we get the second quarter underway. Down 6 as we get things rolling. All right, Charlize Ledger-Walker with it in the corner. Shoots a pass out. Terrell Walk, 3-ball from the left-hand side, off the mark, no good. Rebound comes down to Mary Carter for Cal Poly. Mustangs in the green uniforms with the white numerals and gold trim. Meanwhile, the Cougars in their white uniforms and the crimson numerals. Mary Carter at the 3-point line, driving in. She traveled with it. And that'll be just the second turnover on Cal Poly for the afternoon. Well, a couple things. I think that, again, you got to give credit where credit is due, and that's some pretty good execution by Cal Poly here, 9 out of 14. Cougars can maybe be a little bit more in their face defensively. And just a really good opening 10 minutes from the Mustangs. Meanwhile, Ella Villa driving in. That shot one won't go. Maybe a little better shot selection for the Cougars would be beneficial here in the first half. But again, right now down by 6. Mustangs with it, Carter with it, going to work on Bella Muricatete, spins, puts one up from 10. That's going to go in and out, and Bella down with the rebound. Tahina fires it ahead to Ella Villan. Out of Charlize Ledger-Walker. Back out to Ella. Over it goes to Tahina. Now Bella Muricatete at the free throw line. Back out to Ella Villa. Ella gives it to Charlize. Wide open for three off the back of the rim. Wallach an offensive rebound though. Cougars get a fresh 20. Charlize head of the key. Surveying options. Starts with the left-handed dribble. Starts to make her way towards the paint. And a blocking foul will be called against the Mustangs, and it will go against Mary Carter. So Mary Carter will pick up her first personal. Cougars will keep it. Neither team has scored in the first 1:21 of quarter number 2. It's 23-17 right now in favor of the Mustangs. Wallach off the inbounds pass, puts it up. That one too strong, and the rebound to Cal Poly, and then a reach-in foul call. Or is it a foul called on Cal Poly? It's called on Cal Poly. They're going to call that one on the Mustangs, and we'll call it on Lichty, saying she was holding on to a Cougar trying to go for the rebound. So a couple of quick fouls on the Mustangs, and so the Cougars will inbound on the baseline and will keep possession once again. Sarah Tahina will bring it in on the baseline. Out it comes to Terrell Wallach. Wallach back to AT. AT whips a pass inside to Bill. They kind of double team her. First shot off the mark won't go. Second shot foul whistled, and it goes against the Mustangs. Another one on Lichty. She'll pick up her second. Sierra Lichty has got a second personal, and it sends Bella back to the free throw line. Bella had 2 free throws right before the end of the quarter and missed them both. Her first one this time is up and good. So Bella adds to the field goal she had back in the first, has 3 points. Now her second free throw this trip is up and good. So after missing her first 2, makes these 2, and it's 23-19, Cal Poly by 4. Now can the Cougs get a defensive stop? Left wing, Richards. Working against AT, in the lane, off-balance shot won't go. Bella down with the rebound. Outlets it to AT, then up ahead it comes to Ella Villa up the near sideline. Gives it to Bella, top of the key. Fires it inside to Charlize, tries to keep it alive, but that pass just a little too far over the head of Charlize, and she couldn't haul it in. Fourth Cougar turnover here of the opening half. Got 8 minutes and counting left to play now here in the second quarter. 23-19, Cal Poly by 4. Lichty to the top of the key to Borland. Now over to the right-hand side. Back out it comes to Borland. Wallach's on her, fakes the right, goes to the left, puts up a shot. Wallach with the block, and they're going to call a foul. They're going to say she got her with the body, and I think she did early. That was on the drive, though, not on the shot, but nonetheless, the foul on Terrell Wallach. I think there was a little contact, and then when she went up with it, it was clean, but they call it on the drive, but she gets the 2 anyway. And Borland will make the first free throw. That'll be her first point. And we'll get ready for a second free throw. Second free throw on the way. That one's going to rim off, so 1 out of 2 from the line, and it's a 5-point Cal Poly lead, 24-19. Across the timeline come the Cougars. Charlize Ledger-Walker, top of the key. Round a screen, kicks out, open, 3 in the corner for Tahina. Got it, AT with her third 3. And she's out to an early 9 points in the opening half. And the Cougars are within 2 with 24-22. Richards gives to Borland, top of the key. Now over it will go to McNicholas. She's got it down to Lichty, back to McNicholas. She's going to drive in, puts up a shot from the left elbow, rimming away, no good. Rebound down for Ackerman, and she puts it up and in. So Natalie Ackerman now with 8 points, and it's 26-22 Cal Poly. Bella driving into the lane, kicks out in the corner. Now it's Charlize Ledger-Walker from 17. That one's going to roll off, no good. Battle for the rebound. It's going to be out of who? They're going to whistle a foul on Washington State. They are going to whistle a foul on Washington State. It's going to go on Bella Muricatete. going after the loose ball. They say Bella had a little bit of a push to try and get there, and so that's going to be Bella's second personal. She'll check out. B will check in. Second foul against the Cougars here in the second quarter. Well, Cal Poly's been in it throughout so far in this one. 13 and a half minutes in, and Cal Poly actually with a 4-point lead at 26-22. Around the right side of the horn, the handoff goes to Borland. She goes into the paint, kicks it back down to Ackerman, who spins in, puts it up against Beyonce and gets two more. How about Ackerman's first half? She's up to 10 now. And with that, it's a 28-22 Cal Poly lead. Estera Tahina tries to go inside to Beyonce. Ball off the foot, and it'll stay with Washington State. Ackerman 4 out of 6 shooting and 2 out of 2 from the line for her 10 points early on. Cal Poly up a half a dozen with 6:12 left to play second quarter. Inbounds pass comes to Beyonce, gives it to Tahina. Tahina tries to bounce it back to Beyonce. That ball will be tied up. It's a jump ball, and the arrow will go with the Mustangs. So again, Cal Poly come out with no fear. Cougs will send Jenna Villa in. She's going to come in for Estera Tahina. No, she's going to come in for Ella Villa. So you're 5 on the court for the Cougars. Charlize Ledger-Walker, Jenna Villa, Estera Tahina, Beyonce B, and Tara Wallach. Across the timeline, Annika Shaw back out to the top of the key. Now it goes to, once again, Ackerman, who's been active. Again, leans in, puts up a shot. Not sure what happened there, but the ball got jarred loose, then still got a shot away. And the rebound down to the Cougars. Goes over to Wallach, left-hand side. Knifes her way in traffic and puts up a shot and is fouled. Foul called on Natalia Ackerman. So Ackerman's going to pick up her second personal foul. Meanwhile, to the free throw line, Tara Wallach. Wallach's first free throw this trip, up and good. Tara with 5 so far on a 5-for-5 afternoon at the line to this point. Again comes set. That one's in and out, no good. Out of bounds. It'll stay with Washington State, though. Cougars were fighting for it. Last touch to Mustang on the way out of bounds, and the Cougars will inbound, trailing by 5 with 5:42 left to play first half. Tahina to bring it in. Does so to Jenna Villa. Jenna out to the top of the key to Charlize Ledger-Walker. Inside to Beyonce B, who picks up a couple down low. She gets her second basket of the day. She's got 4, and the Cougars are back within 3. 28-25 now. Carter gives it to Borland. Borland around the right side of the horn. Hands it off there to Richards, working against Jenna Villa. Now goes into some traffic, so kicks out. Flings it over to Ackerman. Now Borland wants to go baseline. It's blocked away by Beyonce B. B gonna lead the charge going forward. Stops at the top of the key. Kicks out to Charlize Ledger-Walker. She's got it. Open for 3. That one's short off the side of the rim. No good. And the rebound down to the Mustangs. It's a little bit of a tough start for Charlize on the season. She's 0 for 5. Meanwhile, the 3 threes from Estera Tahina has been the bright spot of the first half for Washington State, already a career high for her. Meanwhile, over on the right side, in the corner, it's Annika Shaw, drives in, puts up a shot, Wallach got a piece. Cougars will get the block shot. Now the other way, it's gonna be Tahina. Right side, Jenna Villa for 3, off the side of the rim, no good. Battle for the rebound, it's gonna be a foul called against Tara Wallach going after the loose ball. So she'll pick up the whistle. With that, we will take a break. 4:26 left to play first half action. It's Cal Poly 28, Washington State 25. Right now, points in the paint for Washington State. They're being outscored by Cal Poly 12-6. That's something we want to see get turned around. The Mustangs with the top of the key. Comes over right-hand side. That one's going to end up off of Cal Poly and will be a turnover for them. 6 turnovers for Cal Poly now. I'm sorry, make that 3 turnovers for Cal Poly. I was looking at the wrong total. 6 would be the next one for Washington State. So they've got 5, and Cal Poly now with 3. Villa goes to beyond speed, back to Jenna Villa. 3 ball on the way, that one good. Jenna Villa showing her shooting acumen early on as a Cougar. The freshman with her second 3, and we are all even now. It's 28 apiece. That already in this one becomes what's going to be our 7th tie of the opening half. Now the ball is loose, it's on the ground, it's going to be out of bounds. And they're going to say Cal Poly. No, it's going to be Washington State ball. Michael Price. I shouldn't laugh, but I'm going to. Didn't have any idea, but for some reason he pointed Cal Poly's way and then looked over across the court. And when Kelly Kamamura said it was Washington State's ball, corrected it and got it right. But I'm just amused that he pointed one way when he really had no idea. All right, it's going to be Washington State with the Charlize Ledger-Walker starts to drive in, tries to thread the needle. It does ultimately get through to AT, puts up the shot. It'll go, but there's going to be an offensive foul called on Tahina. Talked to Cami Etheridge beforehand. This is a Cal Poly team that likes to take charges, and they did there. And so AT is going to pick up her first of the day. For Washington State, that'll be their 4th foul of the second quarter, so each foul each way is going to send the other one into the bonus for the final 3 and change here in the second quarter. All even at 28 apiece in Pullman for the season opener. Driving in, right side of the lane, little crossover, shot up, won't go. Too much traffic in there. Zella Villa, the primary defender, but there were other Cougars there as well. Now Charlize through the lane, puts it up, can't get it to go. Ball is loose and it comes down to Cal Poly. Borland starts it the other way for the Mustangs, looks for trailers. To Shaw at the top of the key. Now we'll look over to her head coach for the play call. 2:40 and counting left to play in the opening 10, and it's now 28 apiece. And I should say the opening 20 as we're into the second quarter. McNicholas top of the key, bounces it right side, stepping in front, Charlize Ledger-Walker for the steal. They'll see if they can find some numbers. Jenna Villa, a 3 in transition. Got it! Jenna Villa has joined AT with 3 first half triples. And how about the freshman from Arlington, Washington, making an immediate impact for Washington State. And a timeout from the Mustangs. We've already taken the media break, so we will keep things here as the Cougars have moved back in front again for what's been better than 27 and a half minutes now. It's been a test for Washington State against Cal Poly, but the Cougars have been able to take the lead. How about 9 on 3 threes from Jenna Villa and 9 on 3 threes from Estera Tahina. Cougars still haven't gotten a point from their superstar, Charlize Ledger-Walker, which we expect and think will change at any moment. She's 0 for 6 to get things started, but the Cougars now with a 3-point lead with 2 1/4 minutes left to play before halftime. Down at the top of the key, it's Richards with it. Starts over to the right, tries to drive in on Charlize Ledger-Walker. Charlize tried to strip it away, but it's off of her and out of bounds on the baseline. So the ball to be brought in on the baseline for the Cougs as they get ready for defensive action. And McNicholas to inbound for Cal Poly. Out it comes to McNicholas after she inbounds it, got to the top of the key. Now Mary Carter, a straightaway 3. This one's off the mark, no good, and Charlize down with the rebound. Looks up court as she drives it into the Cougars' front court. Now fires it into the corner, out to Tahina. Again, open for 3. This time it's off and will rim away, and the rebound down to Cal Poly. Minute 40 left for the Mustangs, who trail by 3 and bring it across. Meanwhile, for Cal Poly, have missed their last 5. Cougs have gone on a little bit of a roll here. 9-0 run over the last 4 minutes. As Annika Shaw will direct traffic out high on the right. Now we'll put up a 3. That one's going to be an air ball. Out of bounds to Washington State. So 1:21 left to play. Cougars on a 9-0 run the last 4.5 minutes, and Cal Poly hasn't scored in over 5 minutes. It's allowed the Cougars to take this 3-point advantage. Ella Villa now tries to feed it inside. That ball is intercepted and taken away, though, by the Mustangs. Borland waits for trailers, comes out to the top of the key. A 3-ball up, and that one good for McNicholas. So she'll bang home the 3 for her first 3 of the afternoon, and we're tied once again. And tied now for the 8th time this afternoon at 31 apiece with 42 seconds and counting left to play first half. Ella Villa, a 3 of her own off the side of the rim. Beyonce had it, lost it, it's out of bounds, but will stay with Washington State as that's off the foot of a Mustang. 34.9 left to play first half action. 20 left on the shot clock here. Cougars will inbound. And it'll be Tahina to bring it in as they spread the 4 players across the baseline. Back out to the top to Charlize Ledger-Walker, now to Tahina. She's got it. Now to Villa. Jenna, another 3. This one rimming away, no good. And a rebound down to Borland. She'll give it to Annika Shaw, who will slow things up because Cal Poly, in a tie game, wants to play for the final shot of the opening half. 15 seconds and counting. The Shaw looks up at the clock, and as it gets down to 10, will start the play. Has it at the right wing. McNicholas will put up a 3 and hits a 3. And Cal Poly will take the lead into the break, 34-31. McNicholas will bang home that 3-pointer. And for Cal Poly, they're now 6 out of 10 from the 3-point line and have taken a 3-point lead at halftime. Not only are the Mustangs shooting well from beyond the arc, but they are shooting well, period, nearly 50% in the first half. And again, with that, a 3-point lead for Cal Poly after 20 minutes. We'll come back with halftime activities, but the first 20, it's a Cal Poly 3-point lead. The Mustangs 34, the Cougars 31, and we're back with halftime numbers after we take a break. It will be the Cougars' ball to open up the third quarter. Here in the second half, as I see things here courtside, I'm on the same side as the benches. It'll be Cal Poly going from right to left, and I should say the Cougars will be going from right to left, and Cal Poly will be going from left to right, as we see things here courtside from where I'm at, right next to the Washington State University bench. All right, same starters out there for the Cougars and the Mustangs, and we get the second half underway. Happy to have you with us tonight on Newstalk for the Palouse, AM 1150, KQQQ in Pullman. Charlize Ledger-Walker comes off of a screen. We'll give it out to the top of the key to Walk, over to Estera Tahina. She finds Beyonce at the top of the key, feeds it inside to Bella. Bella into traffic, puts it up with the left hand and got around the defender. And we mentioned the lack of paint points for the Cougars in the first half. Their first 2 in the second half. Exactly that, as Bella will get 2 and the Cougars within 1 at 34-33. Now the Mustangs with it. They send it out to the top of the key in Borland. She's going to go inside before kicking it back out to Lichty. Now to make it Richards with it, top of the key. Tries to go between 2 defenders. Ball knocked loose. The Cougars will come up with it, and a chance for Washington State to regain the lead. Charlize Ledger-Walker gives to Bella Murikatete. Now to Tahina. Tahina to Charlize. Charlize over to Tara Wallach as they're moving the ball. Hit Kara Wallach inside, puts up a shot, won't go. Bella down with the rebound, puts up a second attempt, but a foul whistle. Going to call the foul on Cal Poly's Sierra Lichty. That's going to be her 3rd. And in the game for her will come a new player, and that's Mary Carter. Meanwhile, Bella, who got the opening field goal of the second half, now to the free throw line. First one this trip is going to go off the iron, no good. So 2 out of 5 now from the line for Bella, has 6 points. And we'll have a second one to try and draw us even at 34 apiece. That one is good. So the first 3 points to Washington State in the second half. First 3 to Bella Murikatete. And we are tied for a 9th time. It's now 34 aside. Meanwhile, for Cal Poly, they're going to throw it away. And so Cal Poly with a couple of possessions and a couple of turnovers here in the opening stages of the second half. And the Cougars with the ball and a chance to go on top in a 34-34 tie. Charlize Ledger-Walker to Tara Wallach, now over to Charlize. It goes to Beyonce for a baseline jumper. That one good from 15. Beyonce now with a half a dozen. Cougars back on top, scoring the first 5 of the third quarter. And it's 36-34 Washington State. Around the right side of the horn will go Richards. She'll now give it to Borland, who enters the lane, puts up either a shot or a pass, lost it, picked up by Cal Poly. Then it comes back out towards the top of the key. Wallach had a deflection, then we had a couple of players coming together. And they're going to call a foul on Tara Wallach. A little bit of forearm from each player on that one. And Tara Wallach going to end up with the foul call, and that's going to be her third. Looked certainly like Borland had the first contact, and then when Tara made contact with her arm, Borland might have sold it a little bit better. All right, so it's Cal Poly with it, 2 minutes into the third quarter. Washington State by a couple. Ackerman at the free throw line. Brings it out to the top of the key to Shaw. She'll put up a floater from about 15, and it's good. Annika Shaw now has 4 points. Level again, tied for the 10th time. It's 36 apiece, but all the way the other way goes Washington State. They'll get the 2 and go right back on top. It's now 38-36 in favor of the Cougars. And back on the defense goes Washington State as Shaw fires up a 3 and will hit that one. So Annika Shaw with a 3-pointer. She now has 7. Cal Poly reclaiming the lead at 39-38. Charlize Ledger-Walker on a screen, out into the corner to Wallach. 3-ball for her, gonna rim off, no good. Charlize Ledger-Walker pulls down the rebound. Goes back out to Tahina, now Wallach with it. Into the corner, Charlize Ledger-Walker for 3, and an out, stays out. Rebound to Bella, now Charlize gives to Tara. Tara goes in, gives it to Beyonce for a baseline jumper, rimming away, no good. Charlize Ledger-Walker rips down the rebound. Inside on a backdoor pass, and a wide open Beyonce lays it up and in. She's got 8. The Cougars seesaw in front. 40-39 with 6:35 left to play third quarter. Borland comes to the right side to Richards. 3-point line extended for her. Couple of dribbles with the left hand. Now rotates it over to the right with AT all over. Richards gets around her. B comes for help. Ackerman now has it in the paint. Tries to scoop it up and in. They're going to call a foul and count the basket. Foul's going to go on Bella Murakatete. That's going to be her third personal. Meanwhile, the basket will go for Ackerman. She now has 12 points. And we'll head to the free throw line to try and complete the 3-point play. So some players starting to pile up a few fouls here. Wallach's got 3. Murakatete now with 3. They're both going to head to the sideline. Lichty already on the sideline for Cal Poly with 3. Meanwhile, for the Mustangs, it'll be Ackerman to the free throw line, and her free throws in and out and stays out, and the rebound to Washington State. Cal Poly by a point, 41-40. Charlize Ledger-Walker around the defender and has her first 2 points of the season. It comes with 6:07 left to play in the third. That's 42-41 Washington State. Pass goes inside to Ackerman. That one too strong. Rebound to Tahina. Up court to Charlize Ledger-Walker. A kick out to Jenna Villa for 3. Got it. Jenna Villa's 4-3 of the afternoon. And a timeout from Cal Poly. Jenna Villa, the freshman, the first Cougar to double digits, and she's got 12. And the Mustangs will spend a timeout, and that'll become a media break with 5:49 left to play in the third quarter. It's Washington State 45, Cal Poly 41 from Beasley here tonight. Cougars have scored 14 points in the first 4:11 of the third quarter to get their offense rolling. Charlize Ledger-Walker now on the board. She's got her first 2 points. But Charlize has been helping in other assets of the game, has 7 assists already for the Cougars. All right, 45-41, Washington State. Pass goes inside, trying to muscle her way in there is Olinger, and she's going to be whistled for a 3 in the key. So 3 in the key, whistled on Olinger. That'll be another turnover for Cal Poly. That'll be their 8th. That after Cal Poly did a good job of taking care of the basketball in the first half. They only ended up with a total of 5, and now the Cougars get it down inside, and they get the spin around the basket, and around it will go, and it'll go in for Alex Colville, and the Cougars now up by 47-41 count. It's their biggest lead here of the ball game, up by 6 as we approach the midway point of the third quarter. Pass comes over to Shaw at the right wing, three-point line extended. Gets a screen, takes it into the lane now, looking to kick out. Will to Borland, who puts up a 3. That one's short, no good. Rebound comes down this time to Beyonce B of Washington State. Charlize Ledger-Walker has it now. Fakes a shot, spins around, looking to bring it back outside. Will to AT. Now back over to Charlize. Now Tahina has it again. Colville comes over for the screen. Tahina puts up a baseline jumper short, but a foul whistled. It'll be called on Borland. Should take us to the under 5 timeout of the third quarter, and it will. So 4:31 left to play third quarter as we'll step aside. Washington State so far in this one has outscored Cal Poly 16-7. Now with a 6-point lead again for Washington State. It's been the three-point line of Jenna Villa. She's had a great night shooting. She's hit 4 triples and has 12 points. The other Cougar on the doorstep with double digits is Sarah Tahina. She's got 3 threes and 9 points. And now her first free throw off the back of the rim, no good. Coug so far 8 out of 13 from the line. She's looking for her 10th point to be the second Coug to double digits. This free throw on the way, and that one hits the front of the rim and rolls over and falls in. So Tahina does indeed become the second Cougar to double digits. She's got 12, make it 10. And the Cougar lead is 48-41 as they've outscored Cal Poly 17-7 so far here in the third quarter. Carter fakes a 3, drives in, puts it up. That one too strong. Long rebound tipped out to Estera Tahina. 3-on-3 the other way. Tahina comes to a stop, finds a trailing Beyonce B. She'll give to Jenna Villa. Over it goes now to the right wing to Charlize Ledger-Walker. Screen coming. Charlize takes it down to the baseline. Kicks it back out. Tahina's got it with 10 left to shoot. Around the back dribble at the left elbow. Down to 7 to shoot. Gives it to Charlize Ledger-Walker. 5 left on the time clock. Into the lane, puts one up. Follow-away shot from 12 off the back of the rim. No good, but an offensive rebound to Beyonce B. She'll put one up that won't go, but a foul whistled on the Mustangs. Foul will be called on Mary Carter. That's going to be her second. Beyonce B to the free throw line. She'll try and be the third Coug to double digits. 8 points so far in her Cougar debut, 4 out of 5, and also has 7 rebounds. So is getting close to a double-double. She's got 8 points and 7 boards, and that free throw is up and good. So 9 and 7 for Beyonce. And now the senior from Washougal, Washington, transferring in from across the border at Idaho. Misses off the front of the rim, so point shy of getting to double digits. She's got 9, but the Cougar lead extended by a point. It's now 49-41. 3.5 minutes left to play as the Mustangs haven't scored in nearly 3 minutes, and now they throw the ball away. So that'll be another turnover for Cal Poly. Again, at the break, Cal Poly had 5 turnovers. That now becomes their 9th, so 4 here in the 6.5 minutes we played of the third quarter. That's Colville handing off now to Estera Tahina. Left-hand side to Charlize Ledger-Walker. Feeds it inside to Alex. Little jump hook won't go as it's short. Rebound comes down to Ackerman. Now back the other way come the Mustangs. Richards goes to the right-hand side. With it there is Lichty. Now out top to Ackerman. Ackerman hands off to McNicholas. She goes to the right side to Lichty. Lichty trying to find some room and can't, so over it goes now to Shaw, who drives in. High arcing shot off the backboard, off the rim, no good. Second attempt on a rebound put back from Ackerman's blocked away by Colville, and the Cougars will come away with it. They feed it inside to Alex. She goes across the paint to Beyonce B. Foul called, basket counts, and a chance at a 3-point play. So Beyonce to double digits in her Cougar debut. She's out to 11 now. And is the third Cougar to double digits. And now a chance to complete the three-point play as the Cougars have gone on an 11-0 run over the last 3:39. B's free throw, that's going to be off the mark, no good. Rebound comes down. And it'll come down to Sydney Richards. 10-point lead for the Cougars. Not only have they gone on this 11-0 run, but they've also outscored Cal Poly 20-7 in the quarter. Now Borland into the lane, runs into Beyonce B defensively, so we'll have to pass it out. Shaw's got it with 8 left to shoot at the top of the key. Back out it will come. There's Ackerman from 18, off the mark, no good. Rebound comes down to Charlize Ledger-Walker. She'll push, takes it into the lane, looks and tries to feed over. Deflected, B takes it. Her shot a little bit short. The rebound this time down to Lichty. Cougars have stepped things up here in the second half defensively after Cal Poly was so good in the first half, not as good shooting-wise here in the third. And again, they haven't scored in now nearly 5 minutes. Now that ball knocked away by Charlize Ledger-Walker. Picking it up will be Cal Poly. She'll get tied up, and it will be Mustang basketball on the alternating possession arrow. But here in the second half, Cal Poly 3 out of 10 from the floor. That again after they opened up this game 13 out of 27. So they're now 16 out of 37. And the Cougars have just about caught them shooting percentage-wise. Meanwhile, Charlize Ledger-Walker will get the final minute and a half out for a break as Ella Villa comes in for her. Meanwhile, for the Mustangs, they've got it offensively. Shot clock winding down. They will get up a 3 right as the shot clock expires. It's no good. After a battle for the rebound, Aristera Tahina takes it away. Into front court, tries to feed it to Colville, but it's deflected and taken away now by Cal Poly for a Cougar turnover. Just about a minute to go, 1:05 left to play in the third quarter. Washington State now working with a 10-point lead. Around the left-hand side, all the way down to the baseline. Now backtracking, turn around, shot up, won't go. Rebound fought for, and coming down with her own miss is Sydney Richards. She'll bring it out beyond the arc once again to reset. Down to 12 left after the shot clock recycled to 20. Richards at the three-point line, right wing. Surveying options. Now down to 4 left on the shot clock. Borland going to try and get off a shot against B. Does, but it's short, and B comes down with the rebound. So Beyonce B now 2 rebounds shy of a double-double. Ella Villa for 3 in the corner. Got it! Ella Villa's first points as a Cougar. And it extends the Cougar lead to 13. And the run out to 14-0 in the last 5 3/4 minutes. Cal Poly hasn't scored in 6 minutes. They've got 7 seconds left if they want to score in the third quarter. Shaw going to put up a shot. She does hit right before the quarter comes to a close. It was a 6-minute span, though, where they did not score, and the Cougars would score 14 in a row. Took a 13-point lead. The Shaw basket does bring Cal Poly to within 11. Cal Poly took a 23-17 lead at the end of the opening quarter. The Mustangs still up 34-31 at halftime. But the Cougars outscored Cal Poly 23-9 in the third quarter. And so with that, Washington State now an 11-point lead entering the final 10 minutes. It's 54-43. 3 Cougars in double digits. The freshman Jenna Villa's got 12. Beyonce B 2 rebounds shy of a double-double as she's at 11 and 8 and 10 points from Aristera Tahina. Cougars start with the basketball again, moving right to left as I see things here in the fourth quarter. Maracatete at the high post will take it out to the top of the key to Charlize Ledger-Walker. She gives it into the corner. Jenna Villa, another 3 on the way. That one's off the mark, no good as it rims away. And they'll say out of bounds to Cal Poly. Well, in the third quarter, the Cougs 9 out of 16, 56%, while Cal Poly was just 4 out of 14, 29%. So the shooting percentage is pretty near equal now. The Cougars at 41%, while Cal Poly's at 42%. Again, it's the Cougars, though, up by 11. Meanwhile, Borland able to find some room in the paint and was able to find a crease and gets a left-handed layup up and in. She has her first field goal and has 3 points. So the first points of the fourth quarter to Cal Poly, and it's 54-45. Jenna Villa to Beyonce at the right elbow. Will hand off to Charlize Ledger-Walker. Kicks out to Jenna. Now it's going to be a offensive foul whistled on Washington State as they like to take the charges, and they'll get one on Charlize. That's going to be her first foul. And that'll give the ball to the Mustangs. So Cal Poly trying to find a way to surge back into this one while the Cougars trying to keep them at bay and try and extend that lead back out to double digits, led by as many as 13 before Cal Poly got the last 2 of the third quarter and the first 2 of the fourth quarter. Shaw with it at the top of the key. Tries to feed it inside to Borland, but that bounce pass a little too strong. It'll be a Cal Poly turnover. So the Mustangs will turn it over. That'll be their 10th. Meanwhile, the Cougars with 9 so far. Meanwhile, Washington State back with it. This is Charlize Ledger-Walker off a screen. Tries to feed it in. That ball loose, and now Cougar turnover. And the Mustangs trying to find something in transition, but the Cougars do a good job of getting back defensively. And Richards out at the top of the key for Cal Poly with the right-handed dribble. We'll send it to the right side to Borland. Ackerman posting up on Bella Muricatete, but they can't find an entry pass to her, so Richards out to the top of the key to Ackerman. Now it'll go inside, trying to find some room. Ball knocked away by Charlize Ledger-Walker, but they'll say she got a piece of the arm. Second personal on Charlize. Trio of substitutions in for Cal Poly as McNicholas, Ollinger, and Carter all check in. We're going to call that a shooting foul. So they're going to send Sierra Lichty to the free throw line to shoot 2 here. Didn't see her really go into the act of shooting, but the officials did. So with that, she'll hit her first free throw. Had a 3 earlier. This is her first trip to the foul line. Looking for a second free throw, and that one's up and good as well. So she's got 5 points. And after scoring the final 2 of the third quarter, and now the first 4 here of the second quarter, Cal Poly back within 7 at 54-47 with just under 8 minutes to play. Beyond speed to Charlize Ledger-Walker. Inside it goes to Bella Muricatete. She'll draw the foul. That basket will go and a chance at a 3-point play for Bella. Ollinger will pick up her third. Bella has a chance to become the 4th Cougar to get to double digits, so she's now out to 9 points. And we'll head back to the free throw line. Free throw on its way, up and good, so she's now 4 out of 7 from the line, and the Cougars do have now 4 in double digits, and the lead pushes out to double digits. It's a 10-point advantage. Meanwhile, Charlize Ledger-Walker able to take away the ball on a steal. Working 1-on-2, but will still push, and now they're going to call an offensive foul on Charlize. So 3 quick ones on Charlize here in the fourth quarter. Meanwhile, Charlize talking with one of the other officials, Ashley Hobbs. That was Kelly Calamuro, who had the offensive foul on Charlize. Meanwhile, Cal Poly again does take it. Shaw goes in, kicks it out right-hand side. With it, there's McNicholas. Shot up, won't go for the Mustangs. Rebound comes down to McNicholas. We'll put one up from the free throw line, and it's good. So McNicholas has got 8. It's an 8-point lead, 57-49 in favor of the Cougars with 7 and change left to play here in the fourth. Jenna Villa to Bella Muricatete down the right side of the lane. A head of steam towards the basket to lay it up and in. So after a quiet first half, Bella's got a dozen. Lead back out to 10, 59-49. Shaw to the left elbow of the key. Now back beyond the 3-point arc. Takes it inside, tries to put up a shot, but right there is Beyonce. So instead, sneaked off a pass to Borland, who tries to get up a shot on Charlize. That's off the side of the backboard, but a carom to Ollinger, and on the loose chain, she's able to put it up and in for her second basket. Now Jenna Villa the other way. Transition three off the side of the rim. Rebound down to Ollinger. Meanwhile, a bump in backcourt by Bella Muricatete. They don't whistle the foul, and we'll keep playing. Meanwhile, all the way back on the other end is Ollinger, and Bella may have gotten a piece of that one. Certainly altered the shot. The rebound comes down to Washington State. 6:05 left to play in the fourth. It's the Cougs by 8. A three this time from Ella Villa. Got it. Three-pointer from Ella Villa. She's now got a half a dozen. So the 4 from Jenna Villa, 2 more from the freshman from Italy, and the Cougars are up 11, 62-51. Borland trying to circle her way into the paint, working against Beyonce B. Spins to the right, puts up a shot, won't go. But a foul called on Beyonce B will be her second. Sending Cal Poly to the free throw line. Look, for the most part, pretty good defense by Beyonce, but maybe with the body. That last three from Ella Villa gives the Cougars their 9th of the afternoon. 4 from Jenna Villa, 3 from Estera Tahina, now 2 from the, again, freshman from Italy. Ella Villa's got a half a dozen now with 2 threes. Meanwhile, Sydney Borland to the free throw line to shoot a couple. First one up, that one rattles home. She now has 4 points. 10-point advantage for Washington State at 62-52. 5:39 left to play in our basketball game at Beasley. Season opener for Washington State as Borland hits both free throws, has 5, and the lead is at 9 for Washington State, 62-53. Cougars will have it to bring across the timeline as Estera Tahina will bring it into front court. Passes to Colville. Ball high overhead, finds Tahina right-hand side. She goes in towards the base, tries to kick it out to Jenna Villa, but intercepting's McNicholas. Gonna try and go the length, lays it up, won't go, and the rebound tipped out to Beyonce B. Now the Cougars will have it once again with 5 1/4 left to play here in the fourth. Washington State will have Tahina with the top of the key and a foul away from the ball. Gonna be whistled this time on the Mustangs and Diamond Richardson. That'll be her first. That'll be logged in as just the second of the quarter on Cal Poly, and the Cougars will inbound on the baseline with 5:09 left to play and 20 left on the shot clock. Comes into Jenna Villa, has a 3-point line extended, goes inside the Colville, ball stripped away from her though. McNicholas took it away as we're at the midway point of the fourth quarter, and the Cougs with a 9-point advantage. Richardson goes to the top of the key. With it there is Ollinger. Feeds it inside to Carter, working against B. B was able to do a good job defensively, and the Cougars come away with the ball. Tahina has it as we're into the final 5 minutes of Beasley in the season opener. Jenna Villa at the 3-point line. Screen from B, back out top, it goes to Tahina. Now a screen from Colville for her. Has it right elbow, shoots a pass to B, goes inside to Colville, puts it up with the left hand, but can't finish. The rebound comes down to Ollinger. 4:20 and counting left to play in our fourth quarter of action. On the left-hand side, McNicholas comes up top to Richardson. Now Ollinger with it. She goes to the high post. Mary Carter hands off to McNicholas. There to swat it away is Beyonce B on the shot attempt. Cougars in transition, get it ahead to Terrell Wallach, won't go, but the foul will be whistled and Terrell will head to the free throw line. Foul on the Mustangs will take us to a media timeout. The foul is whistled on Sydney Richards. That'll be her second. Cal Poly, a team that is seemingly on the rise. Had a good second season under their head coach, Chanel Stiers, and looks to continue to try and keep the climb up with the program turnaround continuing here in 23-24. Put together a good battle against Washington State. The Cougars have outscored the Mustangs 31-19 in the second half, and with it, the 9-point lead is Terrell Wallach at the free throw line, puts that one up and in. Tara now with 8 points, most of them at the free throw line, now 6 out of 7 But 8 points to go along with 5 rebounds. And her second free throw up and good as well. So she's a point shy of being the 5th Cougar to double digits here tonight, as the Cougars run their lead back out to double digits at 64-53. There's a 3 from Carter with the player flying at her, and she puts it in off the backboard. So Mary Carter hits her 3rd 3. Now some full court pressure for the Cougars to deal with, but they worked their way through that, and we'll have it in front court working with an 8-point lead and 3.5 to play. Wallach fakes the 3, instead will drive in, takes it strong to the bucket. Foul call and a chance for a 3 the old-fashioned way. Wallach does indeed become the 5th Cougar to double digits. So 5 Cougars now in double digits. If you were with us for the pregame show, Cammie Etheridge talking about trying to get 4 or 5 into double digits, and now the Cougars have. As Wallach now has 11. Second free throw was off the mark last time, and now a free throw no good. And a rebound from Washington State. They'll recycle it out to Charlize Ledger-Walker, and a triple for Charlize. Been a slow scoring night for her, but she now has 5, and the lead is out to 13 and matches the biggest lead of the day. 3 and change left to play here, and the Cougars now up 69-56. With the ball at the free throw line is Richards. We'll get a bailout on a pass to Carter, who muscles one up. That one won't go. Rebound comes down to Charlize Ledger-Walker. She's going to be fouled and will head the other way. Foul whistled on Diamond Richardson. Well, it's been a certainly tough night from the floor from Charlize, 2 out of 10. But she does have not only the 5 points, but 8 rebounds and 8 assists. So she can affect the game in so many other ways, can this senior out of New Zealand. And now she's got her 6th point of the day. Next free throw up. That one's going to go in and out and stay out. Rebound is going to come down to Bella Murukatete, and she's going to scoop it up and in for Washington State. So Bella now out to 14 points, and it's 72-56. So the Cougars have extended their lead to 16 with 2:40 left to play. Richardson at the top of the key. Goes to the right-hand side to McNicholas. Now back over to the near side to Richardson, who wants to go baseline. Goes against Colville, leans into her, and will draw a foul. Actually, that's Jenna Villa, I'm sorry. So Jenna Villa will take the personal foul. That'll be her second. As Richardson initiating the contact, but there was contact there, and they'll call it on Jenna. And now Diamond Richardson looking for her first point of the night. 2:26 left, and the Cougars by 16. That free throw stops an 8-0 run for the Cougars, and Richardson has her first point of the night. And now ready for her second free throw. Takes a little bit of time, and now sends it on its way, and it's up and good, so she's got a couple. 72-58 now. Again, some pressure from Cal Poly, but the Cougars break it. Underneath the basket is Bella Murukatete for an easy 2, and Bella has 16 points, most of them coming in the second half. Lead back out to 16 at 74-58. Richardson over on the far sideline, brings it out to the top of the key. McNicholas drives in on Bella, stops, and Bella, who went in the air, was caught in the air, is going to be whistled for the foul. So Bella Murukatete will pick up her 4th personal. And we'll have a couple of free throws here from McNicholas. Again, Cal Poly after this one will head across the border. They will take on Idaho. That matchup in just a couple days' time. The Cougars are right back here Thursday night at 7 o'clock when Gonzaga comes calling. So it'll be the Gonzaga Bulldogs and the Washington State Cougars as the free throw from McNicholas is around and out. She's got 8 points. And now ready for her second free throw this trip. It's up. That one's going to be off the rim, no good. And Tahina coming down with the rebound. Charlize Ledger-Walker trying to make her way through traffic. Might have gotten fouled, but no whistle, and then loses the ball, and Cal Poly does come away with it off the Cougar turnover. And the Mustangs with it with 1:45 remaining. Richards at the top of the key gives to Carter. Carter against Charlize Ledger-Walker, takes it to the free throw line and then throws it away. It'll be Cougar basketball. 1:34 left to play in the contest. Beyonce checking back in. We can find a way to get Beyonce a rebound. It would be her first double-double as a Cougar. She had 26 of them during her fabulous career across the border with the Vandals. She's approaching 2,000 career points, is B, with all the points she scored at Idaho. Jenna Villa fires up a three, and the rebound comes down to Cal Poly. They'll send it up court to Borland. Borland has it stripped away from her by Charlize Ledger-Walker. 4-on-2 the other way. Charlize takes it in, gives it to Bella, who's going to scoop it up and in. Bella Murakatete with 18. Didn't look like it was going to be a high-scoring day early on for Murakatete, but she has gotten some easy points in the paint here in the second half after the Cougars didn't have very many points in the paint in the first. There's a shot from about 15 off the mark, no good. Rebound is going to be fought for and then ultimately tied up. And it will be Cal Poly basketball with 51 seconds left. Kira Gardner is going to make her way in for Washington State, so too is Alex Colville. At the break, it was 12-2 points in the paint in favor of the Cal Poly Mustangs. A different story in the second half. We'll get you some numbers in a bit, but first they inbound the ball as Richards has it. Out to the top of the key. Borland's going to fire up a three and hit. So Sydney Borland with the three. She's got 8. And so now it'll be the Cougars with it. 15-point advantage for the final 40 seconds. They feed it inside to Colville. She'll get hammered and will head to the free throw line. We will have a quick timeout as soon as this one is over, then start the post-game show, and Cammie Etheridge will be right over and be with us for the post-game show. It serves the same as last season. Again, looking at the points in the paint, though, we mentioned it was 12-6 Cal Poly in the first half. It's now 30-18 Washington State. So the Cougars have outscored Cal Poly 24-6 in the paint here in the second half. You know, they got a towel out. And they look to try and get something cleaned up over on the baseline. Looks like it's okay now. And then Colville will be ready for her first free throws as a Coug. Colville, 6'6" freshman out of Missoula, Montana. We'll be in Missoula not too long from now. As a matter of fact, a week from tomorrow. Cougs will have a 3-game homestand and then the trip to Missoula to take on the Grizz. And that's, again, Alex's hometown. Hits a couple of free throws, has 4 points. And it's 78-61 Washington State for the final half a minute of this one. Richards across the timeline. Picked up by Ella Villa after it was Charlize Ledger-Walker hounding her in backcourt. Now it'll be Shaw to drive in on Beyonce. Puts up the shot off the back of the rim, no good. Rebound down to Borland. Now Shaw gonna penetrate in, kicks it back out. 3-ball on the way is off the mark, no good. Battle for the board. Comes down to Ella Villa. Villa's got it, the Cougars are gonna win this one. Final seconds click away and the Cougars get it done. Offensively in the second half, the Cougars come alive. They outscore Cal Poly 47-27 in the second half and end up coming away with a 78-61 victory for Washington State. A total of 5 players in double digits, and they get a season opening win over the Mustangs here this evening.